When justice needs a voice, low cinematic music begins. A distant courtroom ambience. Slow, controlled tone. When the world grows loud with lies. When power speaks louder than truth. Justice doesn't arrive as a miracle. It arrives as a voice trained to question, a voice brave enough to stand alone, a voice the world knows as a lawyer, soft gavel echo. They don't choose this path because it's easy. They choose it because silence was never an option. While others look away, they look deeper. While others accept, they challenge. Because justice has never belonged to the comfortable. It belongs to the courageous. Music builds slightly. The courtroom is not just a room. It is a battlefield of truth and manipulation. Fact against influence. Law against power. And every time a lawyer stands up, they carry more than a file in their hands. They carry someone's hope, the price of the profession. The journey breaks many before it builds them. Long nights, heavy books, endless rejections. Cases lost not because they were wrong, but because the world wasn't ready for the truth. There are moments when doubt creeps in quietly and asks, is this worth it? And that is the moment that separates professionals from protectors, because a real lawyer doesn't quit when it gets hard. They rise when it gets unfair. Music pauses briefly. Silence hits. They learn that justice is slow, painfully slow, but they also learn something greater, that giving up makes it stop completely. What lawyers really fight for? They don't fight just for clients. They fight for balance, for dignity, for the idea that no one, no matter how small, should stand alone against power. Every argument is not about winning. It's about being heard. Every objection is not interruption. It's resistance. And every judgment, win or lose, becomes a lesson etched into their spine. Music turns emotional. Because when a lawyer speaks, they speak for those who cannot, for those who are ignored, for those who were silenced. That is not a profession. That is a responsibility. To the ones still struggling. To every law student buried under pressure. To every junior advocate waiting to be taken seriously. To everyone told, you're too young, too idealistic, too weak. Remember this. Every great defender of justice was once doubted. Every respected voice was once unheard. And every powerful argument began as a shaky first sentence. Music rises, hopeful. You are not behind. You are being prepared. The law is not testing your memory. It is testing your courage. Why the world needs lawyers? Because without them, truth becomes optional. Without them, power becomes law. Without them, silence wins. Lawyers remind the world that rules apply to everyone, especially the powerful. They remind society that justice doesn't beg. It demands. Strong cinematic swell. And yes, the road is lonely. The pressure is heavy. The criticism is constant. But history never remembers those who stayed quiet. It remembers those who stood up when it was easier to sit down. The final stand. So when you walk into a courtroom, walk in with your head high. Not because you are perfect, but because you are prepared. Not because you are fearless, but because fear didn't stop you. You are not just presenting a case. You are presenting principle. You are not just arguing facts. You are defending fairness. Music slows. Deep, steady voice. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more voices that refuse to be bought, bent, or broken. And that is why lawyers matter. Pause. Because when justice needs a voice, they answer. Music fades out. Final gavel echo. You are not just part of the system. You are the reason it still works.